Hello and welcome to the Overwatch Center Esports Overwatch Gold Team's final game of the season. This is the finals of the Southeast Division, Challengers Division, and we are fighting today Arkansas State.
My name is Adam.
No, we're not.
Oh,
we're not.
Not Arkansas State.
Florida Polytechnic.
Florida Polytechnic.
Already doing great, y'all. But before we get into that, we're going to go over the season real brief. I've been, sitting here streaming, casting a grand majority of these games for Gold Team. They played 6 matches in this regular season. They went 5-1 over those matches, only losing 1 to Arkansas State. They then went on to the quarterfinals versus UAH White and did 3-0. My name is Blake.
And I'm Adam.
And I'm Jackson.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
I forgot to give introductions.
No, it's okay.
I'm doing great.
I hope there's a lot of you over there at the UN room in the campus center right now, watching, cheering us on as we move into this incredibly important match. Probably the most important match of Overwatch that any of these players have ever played in their lives.
For sure.
This is the first time an Overwatch esports team has reached the finals. We've been playing since the start of our program when we were a small club, and finally today is our first time in the grand finals of our division.
How long ago was this club founded, Blake?
I was a sophomore when I joined, and I believe it had been going on for about a year before that, so about 4 years, maybe 5. Yep. I'm not particular on the details there, but it's been a long journey and quite a fun one, to say that. And every member of the Gold Team has been trying their best to really show the spirit and the skill of Overwatch and how it's been for this program since its inception.
This is a program that started off by just people having fun, playing in their dorm rooms, and now we're here. We have a room down in the basement of Olin, kind of a studio, as you can see right here, and we are very excited to bring you some very good gameplay and some very exciting, an exciting match that shows the height of competition here for Center Esports and for National Collegiate Esports.
Let's talk a little bit about our teams. First, we'll talk about Florida Polytechnic. Polytechnic.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, let's talk about our opponents.
Sure. So on the other team, we have.
Yes, so we have. If you are not aware, Overwatch is a team game that involves 5 players. Those players are split into 3 roles, and those roles are tank, DPS, and support. Each team will have 1 tank, 2 DPSs, and 2 supports. Now, for Florida Poly, as we will be referring to them, their main tank, or their only tank, is I'm still in some Overwatch Lund lingo here, is a player by the name of Cupid, and then we have Silent
85.
Yes, thank you, Silent 85 for one of the DPSs, and Music for the other, and then their 2 supports are
Iro.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Iro.
Okay. Iro and Aquatic, and so they play a little bit interestingly compared to what you might see here from Center Esports. Typically, an Overwatch team will have a main DPS and like a flex DPS, or they'll divide themselves up between the 2 types of damage in the game, which are hit scan and projectile. Florida Poly does not necessarily conform to these rules, so we'll probably see some interesting compositions coming out from them. In support, to be more clear, the main support will be Aquatic, and the flex support will be Iro. And we're looking forward to some fun game from them.
We've seen them pull out a lot of different comps in the previous game this season. We faced them.
We have faced them before.
Yes.
We have faced them once already.
It was a tough battle, but we came out on top.
We did come out on top, but they're back.
And an important thing to note is that Florida Polytechnic beat Ole Miss, one of the best competitors in the NECC and in Overwatch esports in general. And we know how we feel about Ole Miss here. So they're strong targets.
Yes.
And their player skill ratings go to the highest levels in the ranking system.
But so do ours. So our team lineup, we've got Galvanijo on our tank, ranked 113th in North America. We have Tuni on support. We have Carp on support, ranked 387th in North America.
Carp is on DPS.
Carp is on DPS.
Okay.
I'm used to him being on support. Sorry, you all. We have Runner on support, 299th in North America. And then we have Who's James, who is our other damage. He's not ranked in North America in the top 500, but that's because he actually goes to the gym and he doesn't have like any other time we do to sit down here and play. So
And speaking of which, I'm hearing from the boys in the back, we got a special interview coming in with Runner, the 299th
Runner.
best player on support in North America.
Yes.
I'm gonna real quick shuffle around here as we get
Okay.
Runner in over here.
All right, Runner. What is your actual name, Runner?
Well, my actual name is Baxter. I'm a sophomore, and I love playing Lucio.
That's the most important thing to say about a man, is whether they're a Lucio player or a Morva player. Now, Runner, how excited are you to be here in the finals tonight?
Super excited. I've played in tournaments before that weren't collegiate focused, but and some important matches, but none of them have compared to this. And we're treating it. The mentality going in is it's just another match. It's a team we've beaten before. There's no reason not to be confident, but there's also no reason to be complacent. So we're really excited to just get going and treat it just like any other game.
Yeah. So speaking of which, have you done any, like, not being complacent? What have you been doing the past week since you won your semifinal match to train for this crucial moment?
Florida Poly came ready. We usually like to scout teams and look at the matches they played from either their players' point of view or from their school's stream. But Florida Poly, just like us, made sure that we have no access to any of those videos. So we have no clue. We know that they played Ole Miss in the semifinals, took them down pretty swiftly, and they were focused on a more rush style, which is what our strong suit is as well. So we know what we might need to expect. But yeah, in the past week or so, we've been hitting the practice scrims hard and reviewing everything we can and making sure everything is all sharpened up for tonight.
So if both your styles are a more rush way of playing the game, how do you expect that to kind of meld on the field?
Yeah, that's a good question. So with the new balance patch coming out this past week, things have been shaken up in the last 2 days or so. We know that in the mirror, and we trust based off our 3-0 against them early in the season, that if they go to the rush and we feel like the map favors that composition, we can beat them in the mirror matchup. But we have a couple of tricks up our sleeve that we've been working on the past few weeks that we feel like could really take the next step past that comp if the mirror is not the best option. So yeah, we've got that ready. Exciting.
Well, is there anything you want to say to the fans out there before you enter into the booth and get going?
I just want to say thanks everyone for watching, and shout out to my family who I think is watching, Beta, and the cross country team. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much for joining us. All right. It looks like we're gonna have we'll be having a new interviewee here. If you'd like to sit down.
Oh, there's one.
All right.
Am I still on camera? Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're still on camera. So everyone, this is Galvanijo, the captain and tank player for the gold team. If you want, you can share your real name.
Yes, hello. I'm Joseph Matthews. I'm as you said, the tank player for the gold team. Yeah.
Well, Joseph, I've been playing with you for quite a while, and I can safely say that you are the quintessential tank player of the Overwatch program.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And really, you've been here almost for the majority of its lifetime.
Oh yeah.
And you've been helping build it up, and you've been leading the gold team since its inception as well. This is the finals match of this season. Do you feel as if this is some kind of mountain you're finally able to surpass throughout all your time?
Well, it's like it's a championship match, so there's gonna be like a lot of pressure, like a lot of it because it's grand finals, and it's a lot. It's a lot of pressure going into it. Like we've had like a long season, like it's 6 games in the regular season, then made it through quarterfinals, semifinals. So it's a lot of games.
Mhm.
So I think like going into this match, like I'm confident. Like this is you know, it's gonna be a good game. I think.
I think I do. This is going to be one of the best games we've streamed. That much I am sure of.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Well, how do you feel about the gold team in general as it has progressed this season, as you've tried to mold it and work it throughout the season to improve yourselves?
Well,
What are your thoughts on it?
it's been a long ride. Like, I've been here for like 3 years or so. So I think we've been progressing pretty well. It's I mean we've been you've been seeing us before. So we've been running a lot of brawl compositions. So that's kind of like our main thing. But sometimes you gotta spice it up a bit, right? So
I do
like,
love seeing some spice from the gold team, but
Yeah.
one thing you are known for is how well you play certain comps consistently.
Oh yeah, we're pretty good we're pretty good at brawl. We want to we actually these last few weeks we wanted to sort of branch out from brawl. So we're hoping to get some of those comps in tonight.
Get some variety up there. Start walking into the enemy with a couple of different heroes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well,
yeah.
do you have any words or thoughts you want the people out there to be thinking as you play this game, as they cheer you on in this 7-match gauntlet?
Well,
Roll curtains.
yeah, you roll current.
Well, you heard it here first.
All right. Thank you so much for the interview.
No problem.
Honor of a lifetime.
Glad to hear your opinions and thoughts.
Roll cards.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so we are approaching the start of the match here. About 4 more minutes to go, hopefully, and it's looking really exciting. You guys excited?
I am excited
I'm
to
excited.
see what they play.
Yes.
I've been watching them all season. I've seen them grow. They've played quite a lot of Rush this season, and they're going to play quite a lot more, I'm guessing. But as we heard, there might be some variety, there might be some spice, and I'm excited to see it. For the people watching, this is going to be a best of 4.
Best of
seven.
seven.
Best of 7.
It is
first of 4.
First of 4.
Well, at least I tried.
And just keep trying, Blake, and you'll
Eventually,
get
I'll
there.
get something right. As we watch this game unfold, we're going to start on control point. Even map where Rush is king and where Sinner has their speciality.
Yeah. So to run it by the audience real quick, how control point works is there's going to be a point in the center of each map. This map is actually broken into 3 maps, funny enough. And both teams have to go and capture that control point by standing on it without any other members of the enemy team standing on it themselves. And the first to 100% ticks, which you'll see at the top of the screen, wins that part of the map. And it's the best 2 of 3 of those 3 maps to win the general map.
You have your map and your sub map.
Yes, it's a little convoluted, but
So it's like King of the Hill times 3.
there you go.
Yeah, King of the Hill times
Thank
3.
you.
They have to control it. Hoping to see Sinner pull out the win here.
Mhm. So any predictions before we move in? What
I'm
comp center is going to play? What?
Sinner is going to start out with their classic sim. I'm not sure on the tank. Maybe Arisa. I don't think Reinhardt's going to get pulled out. They may pull out the Sigma as well.
I'm betting Junker Queen. So I'm betting.
Any particular reason?
Yeah.
They've done it before. I've seen them do it and it's worked. So
I don't think they're going to run the int comp on so I'll take
Why
that
not?
bet. It will be a big mix-up.
And I mean, and we do have the new patch to contend with here.
Mhm,
It's not completely fleshed out what the current meta is.
Lots of changes.
Yes, so we have a new hero. Is he
He's
available?
not
to play?
legal in
Okay.
these,
not
as he's
legal
not
yet.
legal in competitive mode at the moment. So Malga will not be played in any of these maps.
Yes, but
Samoa is still legal as a map though.
okay, good to know. So a lot of big changes, and we'll probably see a lot of development on the fly as people figure out what works and what doesn't. I mean, a lot of scrims have already been happening to give time for that to flesh out, but you never know what can pop up in the middle of a match.
Yeah, I agree. But I think there is going to be this strong chance that the center gold team's bread and butter hero, if if you're running control, if you don't have that Lucio, Lucio's going to be in their comp no matter what.
Yeah.
The Speedy Frog is the center staple for, the most powerful, consistent hero that they have is that speed and heal. Every single comp they have has that Lucio. I'm guessing we're going to see Baptiste from Toonie once again, but Mora is a possibility. He has been practicing it. And I think we're going to see Who's James on the Symmetra card, probably going on to the May and either Orisa or Reinhardt from Galvanizo.
So for another prediction, who do you think will have the most plays of the game from our team at the very least over the 7-map match?
I'm gonna have to go with the classic Who's James.
I think I would vote him too. He is known for stealing those play of the games.
Yeah. That's a good point. All right, I'll be a little different then. I'll go with Galvanizo.
Galvanizo as well. He's a great tank player. He does what he needs to do, and sometimes that leads to the biggest play of the games you've ever seen from tanks.
I mean, it's somewhat easy to get them. You got a lot of front pressure. You can do a lot of damage in really quick bursts if the situation is right. And it looks like the game is mainly set up as of now. I'm waiting for it to begin. Will that be the correct map there?
Once we get into the game, I'm wanting to see a bunch of roll currents in the chat as Center starts getting ready. We got to get the spirit flowing in them so that they have even more chance to stomp.
If you're watching in the UN room right now, get out your phones, get on that twitch.tv/center_esports and put those roll currents in chat. Get some hype going. It should be a very exciting match to watch.
We hope you enjoy your pizza while you watch.
Well, what are you looking at for the opposing team here?
I have not scouted them out personally very much, but I'm guessing they're going to come out with a similar rush comp just by the nature of the symmetricness of a control point map. Rush finds its home there, and you want to get to that point as fast as possible. So I think there's also going to be a Sim and there's going to be a Lucio. The real difference is in tank and the other DPS.
Yeah, so I did some scouting beforehand just so we could get the names of the players, and it did in their last match against us all the way back in early October. So who knows how their gameplay's changed since. They were indeed Symmetra was a key point, Lucio was a key point, and then their others were May and that Baptiste to fill out those other two slots. A tank, a bit more variable. They played some ball for a moment there, so that would be fun to watch.
Ball is always a fun one, that last touch situation on control. Well, we're going to see a fun Rush mirror comp is my guess. It's going to be really going down by cooldowns and aim. Reinhardt v. Reinhardt, Orisa v. Orisa, they're going to be slamming into each other. The DPS are on the sidelines trying to make their plays. And it is going to be an absolute blur as Lucios from both sides go back in and forth with the enemy team.
Yes. And we'll do our best here from the casting booth. Try to tease out the plays that you need to look for, the strands in the fights, because as Blake just said, it's going to be fast paced. It's going to be hard to follow if you're not someone that's typically accustomed to this.
There's going to be lots of flashing lights.
It looks like we're going to be on Lijiang. That's what it's looking like here. A classic. Have they ever played any map other than Lijiang? Do we know that?
I believe they have played another map, but I do not know which one. But Lijiang is by far the most popular CP point map in the NECC from my perspective. We play it. Other teams pick it all the time, and Gold has played it over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun one. You got a lot of interesting environmental verticality on some of those. On some of the sub maps, you got some pits you can fall into. Do you see Runner getting a boop kill at some point?
I think it's possible.
I see
after that interview, I saw how pumped he was. He is going to go and he's going to run. We'll see what happens. A good thing about Lijiang is Reinhardt is good on one of the specific sub maps, and he usually does not get played at this high of a level. So I am excited to see Galvanizo swap if he is able to. The only issue is Bastion is also very popular on the same submap, which counters Reinhardt very hard.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll see a lot through this tourney swaps as things get different. Overwatch is a fast-paced game that you have to be able to turn on a fly and change up your strategies to counter the enemy team.
It is interesting. It's different from most games like that, where typically you start a match and you pick your characters that you want to play, and you're sticking with them for the whole match. But Overwatch, it's a lot of not necessarily mind games, but you have to you pick a character to counter someone else, but you have to be knowledgeable of what characters they could then pick to counter you on the flip side. It's a lot of thought goes into the composition from the beginning, and your composition typically determines if you're winning or not.
Especially with the new patch, which can actually really hurt the swapping. As old Overwatch before, I believe Tuesday, when you swap, you kept 25% of your ultimate. It is now only 15%.
Really?
So swapping has been slightly de-incentivized by Blizzard, so it is more punishing to actually have to go swap and counter things. So we'll see if that actually makes any difference. Other big changes from the patch is a decrease in maximum ammo for Mei and Baptiste, both very popular. But again, maybe not the biggest impact, probably more important for Mei, as Baptiste's primary fire is not the big selling point and why he's chosen.
No, it is for that immortality field ability, typically. That
Stigma as well got a slight nerf, but not one that is crippling.
What happened to him?
I believe his shield recharge rate got nerfed a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Not quite crippling, but
right.
He incentivizes the very consistent classic Sigma tank.
He
Has been good all Overwatch too.
Yeah, a really decent amount of Overwatch 1 too.
And it looks like we're heading into the match very soon.
Looks like we're starting.
Yeah. All right.
Hold on to your seats and get ready.
Well, I'll leave these two to cast the match for you, and we'll see you on the other side.
Thank you very much, Jackson. Let us see the game starting to progress, and keep in mind, there is going to be a lot of things happening very fast. We'll try our best to keep up, but
Yeah,
please
that's a lot
forgive
to
us
deal with.
if we miss anything. And make sure to give your support to the Center Gold Overwatch team. Roll curtains.
Roll curtains.
Very excited to see this matchup, as it has been.
They're just dragging this out, aren't
They
they?
really are. They give us the R, and
They're telling us they're ready. Here we go.
here we go. We're heading on to beautiful Lijiang Tower as our first map in the NECC Challengers Division Finals match.
Jeez. All right. We're on Lijiang. This is a big first round here.
It
This
is.
a-
It'll set the mood and
this
pace
one
of
sets
the
its
entire
tone,
night.
Yeah. And this one's, for me, arguably is the most frustrating of all the Lijiang maps.
I have seen Center Gold play this map to perfection many times before, and I believe this is the map where Runner will get his boot kill. If we remember further back in the season, this is the same map and sub-map where Runner got a 4K on Lucio.
Oh, he did.
One of the hottest clips of the season. Our man is a speed demon on the Lucio. And as we see the comps from both sides, Sim May from Florida Polytech and the Sim Bastion with the Orisa for Center
It
Gold.
looks like they're going Ramatra.
Ramatra was buffed.
He was buffed though. That's right. I forgot.
He has more armor, and
That's
his
true.
primary fire staff does more damage and has a higher hitbox.
And here we go. So, it
So
looks
he
like
is
they're
a
gonna
very good brawl
teleport
tank. TPing
towards
onto the
point.
left side. Both teams
Okay,
TPing
to
on. Lucio
anticipate.
going forward, but a lot of damage coming out. Who's James already
Lucio
picked
already
off from the
gets
punches
picked
of
off. Those
Ramatra.
punches do a lot now.
And you can't block them no matter what.
Right.
See Center Gold. Oh, burning down the Symmetra, but getting moved off by
Arcus, he moved
Lucio.
off.
Runner is able to escape. Oh, almost taken out by an icicle to the dome. First fight is gonna go to Florida Poly, and the ultimate's also in their favor.
Yeah, we're just waiting to regroup here and kind of get some poke in, but
First fight went into Florida Poly's favor. It's time for Center to try and get the return.
it looks like they're going to try to push around the left side.
There goes Ravenous Vortex from Ramatra. They need to bait out those cooldowns. That the Nemesis form from Ramatra really threatens the very weakened Symmetra, who only has 200 HP. Recent nerf, taking away 25 of her HP.
Oh, Gavinicha getting extremely low, but Tuni saves him there.
And you honestly would think Tuni by this point
Oh,
should
but
have
put the Emort field out. Little
just
early
barely
there,
able
honestly.
to, yeah.
But it
early
is able to
cooldowns.
keep him up.
Oh, they do survive the wall, but the other Baptiste has window before Tuni. If you can get it soon, they can engage with it.
Oh, they both have window now. So,
Mm.
oh, Oh.
Center is
That's
just
okay.
waiting time, TPing onto the point as a distraction. They need to window quickly. There's the beat, and they're split. Center is split. Who's James with the beat?
Both teams beat.
He's living with
Teamwork
the lamp,
figures out.
getting
He
moved off
gets
the map
moved off.
again. Freezing Galvanizo from the Blizzard from Silent 85, and Center is starting to get ate up a little bit on point. They were able to get the
They
flip.
did get control for a second, which
Looks
is
like
helpful.
they're going to get it to 11%, which is 11 more percent that Polytechnic doesn't have anymore.
True.
Ultimates, we see Annihilation ready from their tank, which is scary. It's a very powerful,
Annihilation
especially
is
in
very
Brawl.
scary.
Without beat either from Center. They're going to have to hope for a good Terra Surge.
Yeah, I don't. If I was Center, I would not know what to do against an Annihilation on this point specifically.
They use the Baptiste. Getting the May early. That is a massive hit.
Really big.
Baptiste window is also forced out. Who's James hasn't fallen. He's holding on to it. The wall going both sides, but the Ramatra can just punch straight through it. And that is going to go to Florida Poly again. A fight really close in Center's favor from what it looked. Lucio, 1 HP. Almost taken out. But not quite.
Not quite. Nope.
And right now, Florida Poly is wasting a lot of Center's time. They have. There goes
he's
the
going
Terra
for Terra
Surge.
Surge.
It's TP out. Getting
Oh my gosh!
supports. They can make the point. Only 5 more percent.
Right now,
They need to touch
he needs
point.
to touch. They need to touch.
Oh wait, one on Center does
One
touch
is
point
on.
as they take out the Ramatra in the backline. But if the Perp takes the point, fighting another May, Turret's almost taking out R2 Baptiste. We are able to take the point. A massive Terra Surge, turning a disadvantage
There's
into
a
their
very big
advantage.
turnover there. Something I was not expecting, but that's just what you get with Center Gold.
We gotta be careful though. We are now in last fight territory. Every single fight. Should we lose one fight, we lose this map in the first round of this championship.
Looks like they're gonna go that way too.
Left bridge
See
side.
what they do here.
I think this is in Center's favor since they have the purple coming up soon. But they are taking a lot
They
of
have
damage.
Annihilation.
There's the
Oh,
window.
the window does come out.
But there goes our Who's James on the Bastion, and their Bastion isn't able to be taken out.
Heat comes out from both
Both sides once again, and there is the
Annihilation.
Annihilation.
There it
Center
is.
has to win this fight, though. They don't have a choice. They need to engage this. There goes the lamp. Baptiste 1
Baptiste
HP.
is low.
Getting
Baptiste
speared.
gets got. Oh,
They-
but Annihilation
Oh,
just
but they did.
punches
Who's
through
James
the
did
team.
not go a stall character, so the map is going to flip, and it's up to him to
Right.
touch. And he's going to get booped
It's
off.
booped off.
A tactical switch there could have. They got the touch though. Someone's touching, and we see Galvanizo.
Runner runs to the point.
He's on the point. Doomfist coming from the Galvanizo, gonna get the next touch. Gonna save alive, getting an empowered punch. Gonna get a massive punch in the wall. Baptiste 1 HP.
No picks though.
No picks, and he finally
And
gets
he
taken
gets
out.
taken
But
down.
Tracer coming out. May's
Let's see
gonna
if they
get a
can
touch
touch
as
again.
well.
Oh, Mace.
Barely on it with a
oh, my
blizzard.
head
He needs to
blizzard.
live. Didn't
Ah.
know left click and dies before he can use. Runner isn't able to get. Center losing the first map of Lijiang
Yeah.
to Florida Poly. They were just able to execute Center so much with that Ramatra, his buffs, really making a difference here.
Yeah. What do you think went wrong? Was it just like
Center's
the
aggression was
aggression?
turned against them. Normally,
Yeah.
Center is a team that plays off of their aggression, but the burst damage from a Ramatra really changes the tides there.
I think you know Ramatra just got buffed, so you're not really gonna know how to deal with it as much as you would have before.
And we see the tank swap
But-
from Galvanizo.
Well, it looks like Galvanizo is gonna swap to Sigma.
This is
here.
a classic Sigma map of Lijiang
Yeah,
control.
this is his comfort pick. I
Control
think.
Center. It is.
That's what they this is their composition here. So
Gotta really watch out for the Ramatra because he just does those chunks of damage so consistently where Center doesn't have the burst heals other than Baptiste. They get to the point first. Galvanizo already taking a ton of damage. Maywall coming out, and so many cooldowns are just forced out of Center already. The Ramatra just taking so much space with his Nemesis form. Lamp is forced out. That's an early cooldown dude. Center has that advantage, but there's a high beam Symmetra looking to do some damage. Burned down by the
Who's
Nactus.
James?
And Sigma, Ramatra taking a lot of damage. Lamp is forced out, but Ramatra finally gets taken down. Only Lucio left from Florida Poly. The point never flipped to Florida Poly's at all, and so this first fight goes in Center's favor.
Center, yeah.
Galvanizo really showing them the power of Sigma as they swap off of Ramatra onto Sigma, and we see that 15% ultimate charge. He would have had 10 more, and that's really gonna hurt in this height of a match.
Yeah, that is a big difference there. They have 20 ult charge and we have 60.
Every
on our
second
Sigma,
that
so-
they have to take to get an ult is more control point for us.
Exactly.
Bastion getting taken down early. Baptiste as
Ooh.
well, almost 1 HP. As the Sigma gets chased, Cryo Freeze blocking the rock as we watch Carp go forward. Lucio on the backup point as he's trying to track up the icicles, but he is slipping out of Cinder's grasp.
Is a little slippery there.
And the Lucio once again escapes after assassinating Tooney, who has his window ready. But we see the other Baptiste with his window. If they can't get back fast enough without any supports, Center will lose the point. They have to give. As the window comes out, Bastion turret for him. We see Artillery Strike coming out as well, but it might get a pick. Gets the Bastion.
Gets a pick.
They're down tank, trading the Bastion. They have window. It could be a fight they could take, but it looks like Center's going to back out.
Yeah, I think that's a smart call here.
Dangerous match as the point flips to Florida Poly, but Center already having a good chunk of time on the point. As Center's going to look to push in now that they have the window advantage.
The window advantage. He looks like he's going to get plucked here.
Amplification Matrix comes down, a Flux as well, into a freeze from the May.
The blizzard comes out.
A massive blizzard as Who's James is going to get picked off.
Oh, that was a good blizzard by Center.
Blizzard absolutely shutting down the play by Center, and that's another fight Center has to back out of. And we see finally the other tank on Florida Poly finally getting his Flux just in time after Galvanizo uses his.
Only big tool we have coming up is Blizzard, which is big. We just saw them use it on their
And we
side,
know the
so.
other team knows we have it.
Right.
At this level of play, ults are tracked, and we see Runner getting split off into an artillery strike.
That was very well planned.
That's going to be a long time for Center to just have to back up, and they're getting pushed back even after that pick. Forced to use so many cooldowns. Center's getting pushed back further and further. But they're looking to Blizzard.
Good wall here.
Here's the Blizzard, a massive blizzard. Four of them.
See, one,
two seem to have got
gets
out.
caught, but 2 is enough to win the fight.
That's enough to win the fight. And Lucio's getting sprayed down, frozen by whose cart?
Whose car?
Who is he? And the point goes to Center's favor, but the point is 76.
76 to 51. It looks like Center's just going to have to hold the point here. I don't think they can really afford to turn it over.
They can't. Last time we saw the stall, and they got there, but they weren't able to get any picks once they touched. Center needs to win this fight, and the worrisome thing is another Blizzard's coming up soon. We see the Flux, we see the window. Center has to know that they're coming. In this match, it is riding on these ultimates. A rock kill,
big
artillery strike onto the
Baptiste.
Baptiste. That's just going to cut all of their healing down, and they're going to push back.
Zooming in.
The second Baptiste goes down, a rush pump rumbles.
Pick up the main there.
By Udi's heart. And we get to last fight territory for Florida Poly. They only have window and they only have Gravitic Flux. Getting closer to some more ultimates though. Center only currently has window. They need to fight this, make this fight count.
Yeah.
Window early, both sides. There's the Flux.
There's the Flux. Big
Cooldowns are ready from
Tooney
Center.
throws out his lamp, saves the team there. Oh,
Who's
but
James
except for
taken
Who's
out.
James. Who's James gets taken out though.
And then Lucio's assassinating Tooney once again.
Lucio's back there.
Big beat
by
from
Runner.
Runner and taking out the Sigma with the Flux. This fight is going to go in Center's favor now.
But will they take advantage of it?
They need to take out the Baptiste as Runner has turned into the assassin.
Oh,
Beat
but now
forced out.
they're beat.
And artillery strike as well. Galvanizo taking some damage, but no picks from either side. Blizzard onto the point. The forced off May into the freeze, and they see 9 with the May able to touch, but probably taken out the second she gets off. Control Center goes to Center.
Looks like we'll go to point number 3 here.
Night Market.
Night Market.
And I'm hoping,
Night Market. I hate
I'm
it.
hoping to see some Reinhardt. As we see Ball from Florida Poly. Okay,
I think they swapped last round to get back to the point. Yep.
Unfortunately, Reinhardt is not very meta right now, so they're probably going to stick to the Sigma. But this point is very enclosed and very tight. This Ramatra is going to tear them up. The Sigma is a good pick into the Ramatra, though, I think. As we prepare for the next match, we see Who's James on Bastion. No Symmetra.
No Symmetra. That is.
I have not seen this before on the shop. They're gonna
Alright.
play the outside. They're gonna play for it. They're gonna let Florida Poly have their point. They're gonna sit in it and they're just gonna poke them from range.
You know what? I think that's smart with the Ramatra.
The
think it's
Ramatra
smart not
needs
to get
to be
close.
respected, and see a lot of poke damage coming out from center, but both sides are kind of fighting back and forth. And you have 10 seconds till point unlocks. You can just wait. Turbo almost killing the Ramatra, wall going down and window, but that's a lot of cooldowns from both sides. A lot of damage coming out. No picks from either side though, and the point's probably going to flip over to Florida Poly as center has no more utility left.
But no one has been picked off yet.
As you say
As
that,
I say that.
Runner gets taken out. And
Sorry, Runner.
Center has no way to push now, and Ramatra knows that he's going to punish that Sigma, and the wall just destroys them.
Sorry, guys. I jinxed y'all.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing a Ramatra come out from Center themselves, given the buffs and the
True.
ability to brawl.
True.
However, Center has not practiced Ramatra at all. He has not been meta at all this time, and we're seeing these buffs. You know, you'd think just an armor change buff would do a lot, but wouldn't do a lot, but he is tanky. He is survivable. A window getting pushed straight past by Center as Who's James fighting the Mei on the side. Gonna get a little beaten up. Assassin Lucio back on our backline again. Beat forced
Beat
out.
comes out.
And we just keep
and
pick
they
after
take
pick
advantage.
from Center, and they need to probably reset. Almost killing this Lucio, but not quite.
Yeah. Just trying to get some extra ult charge. Runner is just running away.
Oh,
He almost fell off the
that
map
was a
there.
bit scary there. As we see Beat coming up for a Runner, we see Beat used last fight, so Center has an advantage for the Beat. We see
Center does have
Annihilation.
advantage.
There's artillery threat coming out, planned out
See if
from
they can
Center.
get some
Annihilation
picks.
as well. The Sim getting but
No
both supports
picks.
taken out by Annihilation plus.
Blizzard and Annihilation.
That's
a
really
big-
early. They still have 30%.
True.
Center has another touch. They used all the ultimates.
They have all their ultimates down.
Yeah, they
so-
overcommitted here for a lot and really quickly too. So Center has that 20% after respawn to really do something.
But Center's still gonna have to touch.
If the Baptiste gets picked off early, they're going early. Center has
window
the touch
comes
here.
out, close to the
They're
point.
getting stalled. They need to move.
Ooh.
Only 10% left, but Center wipes them out.
Runner's running his way to point to touch, and he does.
It looks like Florida Poly was really relying on stalling the fight.
Yeah.
That rock would have been magnificent if it hit. So we see another 96% here. Last fight
I
territory
respect
for
the
Center.
stall strategy there. I thought that wasn't a bad idea, actually.
I think they engaged too early in the fight before.
Yeah.
Poly, to
they
where
they
there was
did use
much
too
time
many
left.
ultimates, though, I think.
Looks like they're going around the left side right into a Sigma Flux coming up soon. I am feeling. But they are being careful.
They're going back.
They gotta be careful here because the longer the fight goes on, the more ult charge the enemy team builds if they just hang out outside the point. And we see Center
Maybe
respecting
that's what
them.
they're doing.
They're waiting. That's a wall cooldown really early. As there goes the flux.
Here's
the
the
big
flux.
flux hitting multiple people. The Ramacha's gonna get taken.
And they use their
straight
immortality
down.
field, so Ramacha's, getting chucked down.
And that's only one ultimate from Center. As they stagger out a little bit of kills, but we see ultimates
Baptiste
popping up.
running away. Oh, he booped him out.
Boops away
Out
off the
of
map,
the
but
way.
no credit for Lucio.
What? That's weird.
Lucio
guess he
going
touched
back
the
to
wall
speed, but not quite getting there. We do see ultimates coming up. At least the window. We see the sim swap from
Okay.
Center. I like it. I like to see it. We see Blizzard. That's going to be the big ult that helps defend point as they get up to 60%. Window's going to be a bit scary coming out from Ira. But no other ults yet. The Mei from the Florida Poly team is getting close to her Blizzard as well. But if Who's James can properly place his barrier, they may be able to dodge the entire ultimate.
True.
We're getting into last fight territory
this
as it
is the
goes to
last
80% as Florida Poly has been stalling. just building
a window.
They're going to
Is there
get frozen. That
is there
Ramatra gets
Blizzard?
frozen and Carp going
has his
fighting the
Blizzard out.
support. The map is another Blizzard
Back and
coming out.
forth. So much is happening.
It's only Carp and Galvanizo and the wall coming out.
The wall
blocking
has
them.
blocked the
There's
rock,
a lot of
but-
damage coming out. Galvanizo 1 HP. Baptiste taken out. It's
Galvanizo
just Carp
takes
and
out two,
Runner
though.
on point.
Carp and Runner clutching
They
it
gotta
down.
kill. They gotta kill
for
him.
the
They
map
got 1
win.
HP. He's 1 HP.
He's
The
one-
wall is too massive. Carp needs to use his cryo freeze, but he's stalling for as long as possible.
They went ball. That's gonna be tough to.
More nice shot
big
from
pick.
from Carp as he freezes the ball, slows him. He's 1 HP now.
Make sure they touched out. They went Tracer.
The
Be a
point
little
is in Center's
problematic
favor,
here.
so they have so much time to stall. But Carp goes
Carp
down.
gets caught.
Triumph is coming out. A lot of damage, but he misses the punch. Kiriko,
Kiriko's
1 HP
one.
taken out.
Kiriko down.
Now onto the Lucio as Galvanizo's trying to punch it. All of them misses the punch though.
Misses the punch.
Lucio 1 HP. It's just Galvanizo though.
It's just him there.
Gets taken out by the Sombra. They're going to get a last
Yeah.
touch on the Tracer though, but that fight was so intense and so close. But Center
have the
dropped
touch.
it at the last second, getting the touch just in time. Who's James is going to have to get another touch. But blocked.
he gets.
But
But somebody
rest of
gets
the
a
team
touch.
gets on the touch. Runner on the Lucio coming in, but there's this touch from both sides. Very
Oh,
back
this
and
is
forth
very
here.
close.
Runner living with just a scrape of health left against this Tracer in the backline. Beat coming out from other Lucio on the Florida Poly. Runner is going back and forth trying to build his beat. Galvanizo back on the Doomfist.
Oh, but the mines come out. Oh, he's trapped Galvanizo in.
And stuck with a Tracer Bomb.
Yikes.
Beat is going to be coming out from Galvanizo. No touch.
Oh my gosh.
Close as,
Recall's back on the point. Beat touches the point. Beat comes out.
There's the call.
There's the call.
This is the fight.
Fury call.
Fury, don't get off point. The C9
No,
is
touch,
free.
touch.
This is the blitz. Clear point. Ball getting frozen. We see the Tracer in the backline. She's gonna have to get the touch, but she gets picked off.
Let's see.
The map flips over to center. and
Back
over
to center.
Oh my god. Play shot.
Oh my gosh.
An absolute nail biter of a final
That
sub
was
map.
an impressive performance by Center.
I think the stall from Runner here
that
really
was
saved
insane.
that.
I thought they were done.
I
I thought they were
Wow.
just stalling pointlessly, but
I was not
crap.
breathing for a good 20 seconds.
I saw Who's James get booped off the point on Tracer there. I thought that was it.
But who knew that the runner was there when we most needed him?
Oh wow.
And that just shows the power of Lucio. And we can see some gold members exclaiming outside the door right now. A hard-fought match, but the first map of the championship goes to Center Gold.
yes.
That was honestly ridiculous
And
to
that-
watch that last one there.
I mean, besides the advantage of being one map up on the best of 7, it also puts you in a very good mental state for the rest of the match. It was a really close game, really close match, and to really pull out that victory at the last moment. You're riding high for the next couple matches. And that should help you not fall into.
Yeah.
You're not gonna fall into the drums.
The mental. This game's just or all about your mental. Honestly, if you can keep your mental together, then that's really how you win games.
The stress on both teams has got to be enormous as they hit this finals match. We know it's going to be hitting Center Gold. We know it's going to be hitting Florida Poly. But after losing that first match, you got to think about their mental as well.
True.
For losing the first half of the championship, after it being so close, sometimes players will blame themselves. And hopefully, Center can take that to their advantage.
Yeah.
And you got to use it against them sometimes, which is me. But you got to do it.
The dog-eat-dog world here in collegiate Overwatch. So, here we're getting prepped here for the next map.
Going on to hybrid.
Yes.
Hybrid.
And we will be back soon.
That was the beautiful sound of an Ale 8 can opening, who we are at the Center Esports program are sponsored by, as we head into the hybrid map of Kings Row, a classic of Overwatch, and a classic of the NECC itself. It's played almost every single time hybrid comes up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun one for sure. You got those tight London corridors that you're moving down, especially there in the between points 1 and 2. A lot of opportunity for just fun, tight, brutal brawl gameplay that Center loves to play so much.
Russian Brawl is king on this map, and we see the Doomfist on Galvanijo, but it's just a bait. He's going up there to look at them. As much as I'd wish he'd stick on it, I know he won't. But we do see the Widow from Who's James, and I'd like to see an opening pick. That might be a little fresh.
I mean, it could happen.
We see Sojourn coming out for Florida Poly on their Sig Rush comp, a little more range-oriented that they've been trying to play with that Ramatra as well. I'm excited to see how this first match goes, as we see Sigma Bastion come out from Center Gold as well.
When you mean second match?
Second match, yeah.
Okay. Just to clarify for the viewers at home. And here we go, Galvanijo switching.
That maid is waiting for a wall. We can see her through. Yeah. She's waiting to wall up.
Oh, and she indeed does.
But Galvanijo's okay. Rock coming out from both sides, but the wall was way better for Center taking out the tank.
Taken down immediately, so is Iroh.
That first point is going to go to Center. Center just dominating the start of the match. I don't think I've seen Kings Row get beaten that fast. They may have time for a recovery. But Lucio getting moved up in the air, he might get taken out. That's a stagger.
Wow, he fell to a melee too after spending so much time in the air.
Runner did not allow him to escape. I saw him soaring through the air and just get back up. A big win for Center and probably one of the fastest takes of a control point in their season.
Yeah. So Center waiting for that cart to come out. A little bit of poke battle happening here underneath this archway.
Sigma shooting back and forth, building up a charge from each other.
Yeah.
But Galvanijo definitely.
Oh, he gets a lucky kill. I shouldn't say lucky. I'm sure it was completely calculated.
All calculated. Yeah. But that forced him to back up. Yeah. Sigma walled up again. God, he getting hit too.
Okay, but they do have the immortality field up. Yes, they still find him. The wall had a little gap there for the immortality field.
But the amount of damage that Center outputs is just too much.
Using taking out, they are pushing them all the way to the second point there.
Absolutely.
Runner's just sitting on the point.
To the point where they have both supports on cart. You almost never see this.
Yeah.
3 people on cart as they try and push as far as possible after destroying Florida Poly on the attack of Kings Row.
That was very impressive. Florida Poly is waiting for to regroup, it looks like, but that time taken, Center is pretty much going to get to the cusp of this next point. They'll only have to win this fight. Our window already coming out.
Another rocket from Galvanijo, and they just forced back so often.
Yeah.
Now they can only get a last desperate touch if they try. Bastion Turbo coming up, but he's really exposed.
Yeah, they got the immortality field coming out once more.
Artillery strike
on
from
both sides
is
now.
ready. He's got a hideaway.
Yeah,
it's World War II time. He gets stuck on the wall.
A little bit of collision there.
Bastion's gonna get taken out, but no, the beat saves him.
Oh, but no, the boob running.
The boob coming into clutch.
Lucio giveth, Lucio taketh away.
And Center hasn't suffered a single loss so far.
This is incredible.
Florida Poly gets taken out and picked apart piece by piece.
All right, so Blake, I have to ask, how much do you think this is a mental differential between the two teams right now?
I think at this point, if you're Florida Poly, you are wanting to seethe and to scream. How is this happening after last match was so close?
Yes.
They are destroying us, and I don't think Center's going to stop, and this mental really can get to them here. Florida Poly is just being forced back, but they're going to keep fighting.
Yeah. And very very close.
But a massive flux forcing out the beat and the blizzard.
All right, Toonie and Who James do fall. No DPSs, but music falls on the Florida Poly side. Galvanijo taken down
after spending 3 ultimates.
To be fair though, Center is not much better right now. Only possessing Carp's Blizzard, but very impressive run there from Center. All the same, made it all the way to the first quarter of the Foundry there without losing a single member of the team. And they have now regrouped, and they're going back on the offensive.
And there goes the Flux, only getting Galvanijo, and he's going to live through it. There goes the artillery strike from both Bastions, I believe. Who's James getting a lamp? Both Bastions getting the lamps. turret mode coming up, and a lot of damage coming up from center as Baptiste kind of healing from the upside, high ground. But they're pushing forward. Baptiste might be sniped by
center with
double kill for
a crucial play there, clearing the way for this cart.
One of the only points on this map where environmental kills are possible, and Runner just finds it.
Yeah, he is so good at just playing so fast, knowing what angle to come in from to get those crucial boosts.
If you're Florida Poly right now, you're seething, you're raging, you're trying to figure out how you can defeat center, and there goes the Blizzard.
Oh, another boop! Oh,
but no one on center is on point. They're not making progress.
I think they're a bit worried about the crossfire there. They're dealing with the side. Oh, we see an immortality field and the beat comes
Artillery
down.
strike forcing out the backline as well, but they still have a Sigma on point. They had a chance during the Blizzard, and they did not push card.
Very interesting, but still good luck. We have 3 minutes for center to make this final push. They're going to back out a little bit, down 2 players compared to Florida Poly. If you look at the ult differential, it's not looking amazing here for center.
Hart going back onto the May after the last touch tracer pick did not quite come in time. Blizzard coming out from Silent 85. Big ultimate. Galvanismo almost taken out. Forced by a cooldown out of Toonie here.
He's taking a lot of damage there. Both supports
but
trying
that
desperately
ult charge is
to
building up quite quickly. But that also means the ult charge for Florida Poly is also increasing as we see Flux and Blizzard, a dangerous combo. Important to note, we see Kiriko also coming out instead of the Lucio. Flux coming out from Galvanismo, dodging the rock.
Can he get a kill? Oh no, he falls right
There's
into
Blizzard.
Yeah, Blizzard immortality field saving
Window also used, but this fight is not over. This fight is not over.
Close to going down. See the Cubit's Flux coming out. Galvanismo looking weak.
Doing a lot of damage in the rock coming out too.
Aquatics Kitsune coming out as well. Polytechnic flew 3 ults there, and they won the fight clearly, but they didn't get a lot of value out of that.
But we keep trading a very similar number of ults as well, so it's kind of hard to get the advantage. They are successfully stopping our momentum at this point.
That is true.
I really hope that aggressiveness early on and the lack of pushing Hart in that Blizzard doesn't come to hurt Fight Center in the past.
We shall see. We see Iroh's window coming out here on the high ground
as well, but no picks, almost taking out Runner.
Runner falls down into that hole. Toonie's immortality field has been utilized. Oh, but it looks like Cubit is looking pretty weak, walled off
by his own mate. Blizzard coming out from Parps, coming straight down into the middle of them. A massive freeze onto the Bastion. Going to take him out.
Cubit falls.
Curie is on the only the mate.
Down, 4.
No cryo.
Oh, that's 4 down.
Just
about gotta get that point or that payload across the finish line.
It's important to note how long Florida Poly stalled. We had a 5-minute time bank run down to a minute 16. Still an advantage and a good one for us, but
that was an impressive hold at the end, especially like as we were talking about earlier. Your mental is probably not great coming into that 3rd point, and being able to recover there, find your footing once again, make it and prolong that last point to give like ESO. To be clear for the viewers at home that might not understand how this game mode works, both teams have their turn to push the payload to the end of the map while the other one defends. Center just took their turn on the offense. Now it's Florida Poly's. If both teams make it to the end, we move into what's the technical term for it?
I believe it's just further rounds.
So we have more. There's further rounds. Each team gets each team gets another chance both to go on the attack
with the time from the previous phase. So usually you can't push it to the end twice in a row, and whoever gets further wins.
And so that's why it's so crucial that Florida Poly was able to run down that clock. If Center had 4 or 5 minutes at the end of this round, they would have been able to get a ton of time on that next round, assuming Florida Poly moves this payload all the way to the end of the map.
And the game plan here for Center is to obviously, not let them win at all. But if that is not possible, their main goal will try to get it to overtime. That way the map is impossible to lose. If you complete a hybrid map with extra time, more than a minute, I believe, and the other team gets overtime, it is impossible for them to win. They can only draw if you fail to take the point in the next fight.
Yes.
So Center has an advantage play in their book we'll see how it plays out. I know that I feel like they're going to defend this first point better than Florida Poly did, for
I
sure.
think they already have. It didn't take long for that threshold to be crossed. We see a wall here next on the right. Oh, pretty big wall there from...
Forced out.
Yeah, Pyro, and Quad falls, Galvanijo falls as well. Silent centers up one player, but unfortunately they are down their tank, which can make a bit of a...
I think this is going to go in Center's favor, though, because they have the numbers. They
shall hope so. Cubit doing a lot of poke there.
James with the tracking. They're going to have to move in now. Take out that... She says he flies in the sky.
Yeah, he goes down. All the...
Lucio going to get taken out as well.
Lucio is back.
Oh, the bouncy ball doesn't get him. But finally, he cleans it up.
Cubit did make it out of there alive, so he is slightly up on ult charge compared to Galvanijo.
But I feel like they hold on to their ultimate for just a few more seconds than Center usually does. So I feel like Galvanijo has the time to get the flux before him.
Actually, Galvanijo already has beaten him in the ult charge race. So here we go. Center managed to hold off their first wave of attack, take down 5 of them. Well, one of them twice.
Flux is going to come out from Center soon. I want to see it used as soon as they get it. They rush it up the speed.
There, window coming out for Center. And Iroh's a window going down, and then Immortality Field, going down.
And the point, they're just forced back off the point. That's just time given. As May comes in with the freeze.
It's going to be relatively effective. Immortality Field coming out, saving
the Flux burst.
Can he get the hit?
Oh, he gets taken out by the Flux, but there goes Artillery Strike. Hushaim's getting one pick, but the Sim Swap does a lot as the first point's gonna go to Florida Poly here.
Yeah.
But they stalled for 2 minutes, much longer than Florida Poly, and I feel like the Streets phase is also not going to go as well as Center's.
Yes. So here we go. We see looking while both teams lick their wounds, regroup, and
looking at 3 ult charges.
Yes, that is very important.
Florida Poly, but 3 as well from Center, and theirs are actually raring and ready to go right now. Blizzard needs to be used here early, I feel like, with the Flux. Wall coming out super early, a massive wall. There goes the Blizzard from and Beat as well.
Speed coming out, and both speeds coming out.
Both Blizzards as well, but a massive freeze from Carp getting
going down. Silent
every single member.
Can they get a team kill here? Who is left on Florida Poly?
No, Baptiste gets away in the back rooms.
Barely any health left. Galvanijo chasing. He did it back off.
But that freeze got, I think, almost all of them. Maybe not the Baptiste, but that was a massive Blizzard from Carp.
2 ults down for both. The exact same 2 outs down for both, funny enough.
Toonie getting picked off super early in the wall.
Walled off. Galvanijo walled off. Can he make it out? He does slip through the crack there. Oh, he's being burst down though. Oh, and he cannot make it out.
Lucio able to save him because the Baptiste is gone too. He just gets melted. And that is going to be a big advantage for Florida Poly.
Center giving Florida Poly time to move down their stream.
Going to the wrong side to boost his teammate back.
That's unfortunate.
As they go in,
should catch them about 3/4 away through this section of the map.
But they are taking the forward positions. They gotta watch out for that cluster of sim cards as well. I want to see a Flux from Galvanijo. He's been holding on to it.
He has that wall. Okay.
Sim barrier coming out as well.
They're gonna back up.
Used too, but they're losing the advantage in the initiative in these fights. I think.
Yeah.
They're just letting it happen. They need to take the initiative as soon as this goes down. They need to look for a Flux, and it looks like
window coming out.
No Flux yet. They just keep holding on to it with the May on the left flank.
Silent 85 going down.
There's the Flux, but only hits one target with the window. Gets taken out in the air, and it looks like the fight is going to go their way.
It's not a dominating fight here, but it does halt Florida Poly.
But we
should
see
get them
already
at least down to 2 minutes. Aquatic sneaking his way.
The subway tunnel. A little sneaky over here, but we also see Cubit already with another ultimate by the time. Aquatic is going to assassinate someone in the backline if Center doesn't watch out.
I think he's going to give up that position.
As it seems like both teams are starting to meet each other, but Center is set up on the high ground. Going to try and take space.
Very dominating position there with that Bastion turret form. Oh, he's going to have to blow it, unfortunately.
So much time, but Center needs to try and hold and win this. Turret coming out. TP onto everyone here.
Almost everyone
coming out there. Allowed.
Mortality field coming. Oh, it's no grasp. Oh. Timmy killed the tank. Oh no, Cubit gets both Hushaim's and Carp. He wasn't trapped in there with them. They were trapped in here with him.
We did see a turret mode available for Who's James, but he decided not to use it.
There was a crucial mistake there in that, or maybe it was more of a good gameplay on gameplay there for Florida Poly. They were able to bait out that turret mode while James Who's James was on the high ground, blowing that cooldown, making him wait 11 seconds to get that huge burst damage out again.
Center needs to at least hold for 2 more minutes to get an advantage over Florida Poly here.
Yes.
But this third point is easiest to hold off the map, I think. But Window comes out early, pressuring Galvanizo on the front line a lot.
Wall coming up to block some damage through that window.
Cooldowns are used, but the Window does not get any picks, which can be a big deal here. But there's so much space being given too. Center needs to rush in. They have Blizzard, they have Beat, they need to go in. Has the Blizzard from both
Blizzard's
sides.
coming out.
Flux as well.
Oh,
Beat
wow.
coming out, but the frozen Flux.
Not very effective in this case. Runner taken down by
The
using
Sim
it
Barrier
to
is
well.
a massive ultimate from
Oh,
Florida Poly.
no. Florida Poly
Center
on
is
that
gonna get
final
one more
approach.
touch. Cooney getting staggered though is
Oh,
going to be
no.
massive as he goes touch for as long as possible. Center has another touch, but they're losing their time bank here as Runner goes in the touch,
Oh,
getting
he
rocked.
gets, oh no! I
Center
don't
may
know if they'll be able
no
to
longer
touch,
have a
but now
touch.
Runner there, and indeed, Florida Poly gets it 45 seconds faster.
We saw that Center had a better defense in the first 2 parts of the map, but they were never able to concretely stop them past the first few fights.
It was an odd flip there. We saw Center be much more effective on the first 2 points.
It was
and on the
bizarre.
aggressive, and then indeed on the defense, it was the same thing. While Team Florida Poly's, PowerPoint was indeed this last portion when they were able to hold us forever and hold Center forever and push through as fast as possible.
The real problem of the map is that last point is how you win.
Mhm.
Now it is up to Center to attack with a minute 16.
But it's actually, if we hold to this theory that Center is more effective on these first 2 parts of the map, this is good for them.
Mhm.
They might have less time, but they can use that time more effectively if they can play around this.
They
this
need to get
environment
an
better.
early pick just like they did last time, and it will be difficult. You gotta be careful. They won't fall for the same May wall trap again.
Maybe.
We're hoping.
we're hoping they
TP
will.
on into Hotel from Florida Poly here. A interesting strategy. I hope Center figures it out quickly as they're waiting to ambush. They're gonna wall someone off and trying to eliminate them.
If Florida Poly can get a big team fight win here in the for this first team fight, they're in a huge advantage. 'cause
Tooney
there's
needs
only
to
a
be
minute
really
left.
careful here
Yeah.
because he's the most exposed in the back line. And
Oh,
they
and they're
don't
going around
see
the
it.
left side.
They don't know what's happening.
Oh,
They
they
know
do
it
it.
now. They finally.
Runner does fall very quickly though.
But-
The immortality field coming out from Tooney.
any
Carp
pick
gets
from
Iris,
Center here is
Tooney
massive.
goes down.
No
And
picks coming out though, which is massive. Any
Okay.
pick could have been a very big deal for
Can
Center.
Carp get out? He cannot. All right. Center
Old
will
charge.
probably have 45 seconds here to get on that point before
There
the
goes.
time runs out.
They're going into end comp. This is their big mix-up to change things around. As Florida Poly also waits and hides in a different corner this time. They need to be careful.
All right, they see him this time. Galvanizo does not get picked up by the wall. Very good.
But we
Jungle
have
would
to watch
fallen
out.
really
This is
quickly.
getting into last fight territory. Shout needs
Oh.
to be deployed in a couple seconds.
I think it's about to come. They're grouping up. They're getting ready.
Forcing them back, but so much time has been wasted by Florida
25
Poly.
seconds.
The
They're
speed
going,
was
they're going through the hotel.
There's the
the
shout.
lobby here.
Walled off, but it's not walling anyone from Florida Poly.
Immortality field coming out. Carp still alive.
Cryo
Spraying that ice around.
No picks from either side.
He gets Iron. Cuban falls to a Galvanizo.
That fight's not gonna go to
Silent
Center.
85 and Music taken down. And Center wins this fight. He captured this point. That is huge.
Capturing the point is the biggest part. They have to be careful of the defense now once they get through it. But their goal here is to push as far as possible. They have barrier coming out from Florida Poly here could really just turn the fight immediately.
Yeah.
With no ultimates coming out from Center except for Cole very soon.
All right, there it goes. Galvanizo on the other side.
A bit
This is
wall,
being
honestly.
unfortunately. Cuban
They need to
takes
build
it down.
coalescence here as fast as possible. This is a
They're
massive.
about to get it. 100%. Coming out. Immediately blow it. He's going to take a lot of
A
damage,
lot
but
of
he
damage.
bursts through. He dashes through to the other
Keeping his
side.
teammates alive.
Can he
just
get?
in time.
Can he get?
The
He
blizzard for Carp.
to the
Blizzard for Carp is
Aquatic
massive.
follows to the coalescence. And a big boot or beat
Bapti's
there.
getting taken out. It's just Sigma on cart.
Oh,
The Maeve's on part 2.
Who's left? It's Maeve versus
Stalling for
Galvanizo's
as long
Junker
as
Queen.
possible.
He's on the left side. Can he get the kill? Okay, we see the Queen come out, but Galvanizo does find the
Oh.
melee there.
That fight was so in Florida
Garbage.
Poly's favor with the barrier starting out. That was a masterful barrier cutting across the entirety of Center's
Yeah.
team. Now they have nothing
Florida
for
Poly-
the Junker Queen ult.
Florida Poly blew almost all their ults, it seems like. Did they play them use the mail?
They use the mail, they use
Yeah.
wall, they use window, they use beat, they use flux.
Center is going to be up 2 ults here for this next fight.
And this Queen ult is going to rampage through them, I think so.
Yeah. So you see the top center is in
James?
overtime push right now.
Oh!
Who's James gets out there.
Very
on the wall.
lucky on the wall there.
Barely does not make them.
They need to make sure not to C9 as they take a lot of
Yeah.
damage from the sides and from behind a sim turret. We're looking at Queen ult coming out, a massive Queen ult hitting
Yeah,
three.
get a lot.
Going in, they have to make sure not to C9.
3 coming down quickly. There's a wall in front. Not
This is
blocking the
going
progression.
very well in Center's favor as there isn't going to be any sort
Oh.
of touch onto
Good
the...
kill there from Galvanito.
The dagger,
Two
the
there in the
Galvanito.
center. They're at least going to get second point probably.
There is a Who's James ult ready and raring to go.
Yes.
There's still nothing from Florida Poly as we see the swap to the Curie, probably for the Queen ult, but is there going to be another Queen ult by the time this ends? I think not.
No, probably not.
Ramatra swap is a big thing, but I don't think Ramatra can do much against this Reaper ult if he gets in position. James needs to unlock his sneakiness here. As we see the Sigma come out, smart choice from Galvanito, I think.
This is indeed a key part of the map for a good Reaper ult. There's a lot of
There he goes up.
A
There he
lot of
goes up.
high ground to jump down from. There he goes. Oh, he's booped back, but he does at least find the Kiriko. Runner boops off of the aquatic.
Fight goes in Sinner's favor
Yeah.
again as they push further and further. It just seems like the miracle of Sinner Gold over and over. And no ultimates from Polytechnic.
Remember this, folks. Center started with 1 minute. They pretty much blew that minute just getting that point capped in the first place. They've made it down this entire map just on overtime alone. They have won every single fight, and they have not C9. This is huge.
This is the time for coalescence, but the May ult is coming out.
Oh, it's
from
going to have to
Silent.
come out for Galvanito to probably stay alive. Can they get that Reaper down? Yes, they do.
Reaper down. Galvanito's still alive in the backline.
Runner falls to the
Runner,
post.
that's
Oh, Ramatra's down as well.
A massive. The
Silent 5 falls. They might be able to push this all the way to the end of the map.
Need
They
to
can
take
get
out the
Lucio
Lucio
done.
here.
This staggering, or this...
He's got his chain. Morna chasing after. Lucio going up and flying in the air.
4 meters left. 3 meters left. 2 meters left.
Suzu getting, and there's the Blizzard freezing the Reaper. And
They will not be able to hop on point without getting frozen. All right, Blizzard's done, but Aquatic falls. There's no big
Runner
stall.
gets killed
Chance
after
left.
kill.
2 minutes. Can they get this Kiriko out of the way? Yes, they can.
And
All that's left is a Tracer. Tracer is done. It's another map completion.
they just got 6 points on a minute left of overtime. Center has 2 minutes to stop Florida Poly at any section of this map. And yes, it is indeed possible for this to go even further if Florida Poly reaches all the way to 6.
It'll be another incredibly close match if they do so. This is peak Overwatch, I have to say.
Kings Row, peak Overwatch, and we see just two teams with great magnitudes of skill duking it out in front of each other. Sinner is just showing their assault is their strong suit on Kings Row, but I think they can hold this defense for 2 minutes. No more time being will be given to Florida Poly no matter what happens.
Yes.
So every second they waste is good for them, and if they can hold on to their ultimates, they can force a fight win. Sinner has the ability to get those kills and wins with their ultimates when they need to.
Yeah, it was actually kind of interesting. I think So Florida Poly kept kind of using their ult piecemeal there at the very end, also swapping a lot. So they didn't have a lot of ult charge to begin with.
On swapping real quick,
Yeah.
there was a Sigma swap on the middle of Streets phase. He had 76 ult charge and swapped over to the Ramatra and lost a Flux. That could have made a big
Yes.
difference, especially in overtime situation.
For those who aren't aware, that Flux lifts every player in a certain area up into the sky and then drops them back down. But by that lifting up the
You get
overtime,
off card.
yeah, you're off card. That overtime ticker can come down. That's a very key way to force a C9 from the opposing team. And Florida Poly decided Ramatra was the better pick there.
They're gonna have a lot of pressure with the Ramatra, but Sigma goes in, the wall coming out. They're able to speed up, but Ramatra's numbers.
Well, Carp is kind of stuck there on the fence. in the
doesn't
stairs.
use a cryo freeze, and that fight is gonna go in Florida Poly's favor. They have to back out, and that first fight goes to Florida Poly, and they barely wasted any time at all.
That is unfortunate. But Center is fourth. Center players are still alive. They're getting some poke damage in. Building
This
that
is a
ult charge.
battle of attrition. Center just needs to waste their time to a certain number of points, and they get on point to stall.
Oh, this is
Lucio
big.
getting taken out, but stalling for a good time. But Center is just stalling point at this point, almost getting the pick on the Lucio, but not quite. But the stall, the seconds of time used on this is massive, but also the ult charge for Florida Poly is massive.
They're playing well around the fact that cart, once even that point's capped, that cart takes a while to just come out of the garage it moves from, to even get in a position where they can start pushing, which gives center more time to, even if they're staggered out a little dead, to recollect and move back to that front.
One thing we've also seen from Florida Poly is their use of multiple ults at once. 3, 4 sometimes. If center can bait out 4 ults, die, and then come back with 5 of their own, they're winning, and it's just the beginning of Streets phase. They need to start baiting up these ultimates. Reaper getting sneaky behind, but Galvanese is fighting him, TPing out. Reaper doing some damage, not quite getting taken out early, but the fight in the streets is going on. The Symmetra with the wall can do massive. Cole coming out too.
Oh, we see Cole and
Window coming out as well.
Center. Galvanese falls to the combined effect of the Cole. Who's James does get Iroh.
Only getting destroyed by only 1 ultimate is not a good thing when you want to see a center. They have so much available now. The Annihilation is the big scary ult. Runner can beat that. Carp can Blizzard it, but there's not much they can do. But they do have Artillery Strike, Blizzard, Flux, and Beat. They have every ultimate that can contain that point and make people want to get the heck off of it.
Yes, that is very true. And we are now in the overtime phase, so the center doesn't even necessarily have to win a fight. All they have to do is just keep Florida Poly off of it for about 5 seconds.
There goes the Flux and the wall coming out from Florida Poly, but a 3-man wall.
Oh, look at the Blizzard coming
out, getting a big
Aquatic falls fast.
That's the first pick. Onto the Morris.
Cupid goes down.
Second map is going to go to center. A 3-6, 5-6. No, it's 4-6. Sorry, I forget the points.
Yes.
4-6. 6 in favor of center, and Runner gets play of the game with his brutal assassin Lucio.
All right.
Oh, this is where he boops people off. I think.
This is incredible. Yeah, look at him running
He's
through.
Going for it. He knows it. The wall is lined up straight off the map, and we see the ceremonial teabag with spray. Well, we're heading on to our next map of Flashpoint, the newest game mode in Overwatch 2. Please stay tuned and keep cheering on Center Gold.
right, and we are here on map 3 on New Junk City.
Yes.
Flashpoint. Terrible game mode. Yeah.
Might be
pretty
a matter of opinion, a little bit.
Yeah, it's not that bad,
a
but
majority
it's pretty
opinion.
bad.
Yes, so this is a new map and a new game mode that came with the introduction of Overwatch 2. In this game mode, it's a little like
Capture the flag.
Yes,
Sort of.
it's like the first map you saw, Lee Jing Tower, how you had to capture control points, but instead of being multiple smaller maps,
One big map, but multiple different points.
yes, and that you move from, you fight over sequentially. It's interesting. I'll give it that.
It is interesting. It looks like we're gonna go with the rush comp here, but with the Junker Queen that we saw on King's Row, which seemed to work pretty well.
Yes.
Now Sinner has, you know, when it comes to the new maps, this is sort of where they start to falter. So, I'm ready to see how they overcome it and see what happens here.
And I'm hoping they
Ready to get started.
don't start to get a little cocky. They're up
Right,
to
right.
they're in the finals. They can, I mean, anyone can be like, all right, I think we got this in the bag. We can kind of fall a little off your game as you relax into the rhythm of just playing Overwatch. But they have to stay on it the entire time. And here we see this first fight. Both teams just kind of like circling around this
ring around the rosy.
yeah, this central dome, and Center gets the first 2 picks off on 1 support, 1 DPS.
Clean work.
Yeah, a lot of trades going on. I'm not really sure what's happening with their launcher there. It looks like
Just chilling in the corner.
yeah, it seems kind of stuck in the map geometry a little bit.
They'll take the point here. Now, the thing about Flashpoint is that they ticks up fast, like fast. And you kind of have to plan for that. But you can't really plan for it because it goes so fast.
Yeah. And one more thing to note is it takes up so fast because there's 5 different points you can theoretically fight over instead of 3. So this is a best of 5.
Oh, looks like they've paused now. There must be some. Oh, they have a mic issues.
Which is ironic because we were having mic issues before we turned the stream back on. Yep, and there they mention it. All right. Well,
The first fight went pretty well for Sinner there.
yes, it did.
But they do look pretty even on ultimates here, except for Toonie. Toonie's above and beyond. Moira builds ultimates fast though.
Yes, she is.
So.
Her and Lifeweaver are, I think,
Lifeweaver builds fast too.
very quick. I'm glad to see them getting some verbal sparring going in the game chat here. Not a lot of hard feelings, hopefully, between the 2 teams, even in this very intense game.
Yeah. Looks like they're just talking about microphones.
Oh, we're nerds, aren't we?
A little bit. I need to go to the gym. Like, who's James?
Yeah. James would never talk about a microphone. This seems to be a pretty big mic issue. All right, so
All right.
we're turning back to the camera here. I'm gonna wait for these to be sorted
Wait
out.
a little bit. Take a sip of our sponsored LA.
Yeah. These games are gonna be a late one, so why not enjoy them with a late one?
That was terrible. That was good. Oh, it looks like they're about to go. Okay.
All right.
Planned ad.
Yeah. We might have sabotaged Midway's microphone setup before the match started just for that. We're right back into the thick of things. Very interesting time to pause because both teams were right at the cusp of fighting each other in the first place.
Toonie's ultimate comes out.
And
it's
he's right in the
invisible.
back line. This is a weird bug.
The invisible ultimate.
The invisible triple
Take
kill
3.
ultimate. Yes, that was a really big Moira. He managed to slip right behind them, and he was just spraying. They couldn't target him. They didn't really know where he was.
Because they couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Now, in the game, it's visible, but to us, sometimes it just doesn't show up for whatever reason.
Oh,
It's like Carp's looking for a wall
yeah,
here.
tactical wall.
Cut him off.
We can get a. Oh, he gets a decent one. And there's the Blizzard. Does not pick up the Bastion, unfortunately, but Iroh goes down. Bastion is kind of stuck in the corner. Goonie does fall to Silent 85's May, but music goes down quickly after. Ooh.
Cupid's using Annihilation. And
This is
that's a big ultimate.
Yes, this is a
Control
tough one
points.
to fight. It's a ginormous area of effect that is prolonged the more people are in it.
But Florida Poly did use beat there, which is good for center. It's just gone. They just used it.
And they just used artillery too.
That too.
So they had 5 ults coming into that fight, and they used 3 of them kind of unnecessarily.
Yeah, they definitely did not need a beat there, but
it is crucial. One of those ults they still have is May's Blizzard.
yeah, that's a fight winner, honestly. But Galvanijo's ultimate's a fight winner too, and it looks like
Galvanijo is in. He
that
has
would be
been
the
walled off.
perfect time to use it here in a second.
Let's see. Is he gonna find the angle? He does. He gets the right. Oh, who's James with it?
Who's James?
Huge.
He's 3. Oh, we missed it though.
Oh, he can't quite find the kill on the runner. Okay, Ramatra will fall, but Who's James goes down quickly after. May is still on the fight, or on the point. Managed to take down that Lucio, and Reaper will fall
cleans up
soon after. Carpin, Tooney holding on that point, waiting for that overtime takedown. It does not look like Midway will have a chance to come quick it and get the. Oh, what did I say? What did I say? Midway. Oh, I apologize. Florida Poly.
But yeah, part 2, map 2, section 2. It's not another map. This one is weird. I don't like this part of the map. I don't know. It feels clunky to me. But
Ooh, runner taken out by Iroh quickly.
looks like they made a swap to Kirika that we didn't see. The invisible ultimate comes out again.
Will they manage to get that Reaper down? Probably not. He's a notoriously tough champion to kill while he still has his Wraith form. Oh, we see the ult coming out from Galvanijo. Going down quickly.
1, 2,
Silent
3.
Yes. This can be big for center. Galvanijo getting burst down by that Reaper. Oh, and the Reaper ult comes out, gets one, but Who's James destroys his counterpart in music. And center gets that second point.
And it's just gonna start ticking up fast again.
The more thing is a spectator.
Oh, okay. Good to know. I mean, that is helpful because with it out, it is pretty tough to understand. And it's really wherever his cursor is, that's where it's hitting. It's not area effect. It is a laser beam. For those who are not aware, Cubit. All right, look at the ults as this fight regains. Carp has that fight winner, but as the Cubit. Let's see who can get theirs out first. Galvanijo looking really weak. Does fall, but Cubit might fall pretty soon after.
James taking out music again. We have a beat by runner here. Beat by both sides.
No support ult coming out. Silent 85 goes down, and Carp's Blizzard is on the game. Can he guess? He does. They do manage to get Cubit down before they can utilize that ult. And center is going to recap the point, which they did give up for a brief moment.
Actually, didn't know they lost it, and that was a lot of 42% off of something I didn't even notice. Wow.
I think center backed off.
Yeah, I guess so.
They picked it up and held it for that relatively long fight. And as we said before, flashpoint picks go fast.
Tooney has his Invisibeam back.
All right. Florida Poly moving into the flank here on the side. Carp looking really weak. Here comes Annihilation.
Oh, but it's back. Here it is.
Oh, and they're bursting him down. He's trying to block, trying to tank some more of that damage, but he goes down without getting a single kill with that Annihilation. That is really, really
good for center.
Yes. I was trying not to say bad for Polytechnic. Thank you.
You said it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, and center
cleaning up, and that's going to be point for center on this one. So center only needs one more to win this map.
This is a strong position. It's very rare in my book for one team to get 2 and then the other team to get 0-3 on the
Well, it happens to me all the time. White team every time.
So, maybe my experience is not indicative. Do not trust what I say. I am not a professional Overwatch player. All right, this last point is in this dark, weird room. I don't ever really know what this is. Yeah.
Do we know what it's called?
I think it's Boundary.
Boundary.
Okay,
We're gonna call it
that
Boundary.
makes
That's a cool name. Oh.
Oh, okay.
It
We
does
see the ult
a
coming
thing.
in. It didn't do much, but
And
James
big
is doing a lot.
extra.
And
There we go. Cleans up the point.
yes, and they used 2 ults, and 3 more are going to be coming online by the next fight. But that compares to Florida Poly's 4.
True. I think Cinder's in a good position here. I think Carp's ultimate is a, fight winner. Runner's ultimate will kind of keep him up a little bit, but Aquatic has the same ultimate pretty much. So we'll see.
Sweet shot. Oh, and
Big axe into the bubble there.
yeah, I didn't know.
Oh, here he comes out.
Oh, but his
with the
wall.
beat in retaliation.
With a
Beat
wall.
by both sides.
If center Galvin backing up, Carp will be pretty weak. He does keep bursted
The
down.
Invisibeam is back.
Oh, can he
Healing
get the
and doing
damage?
damage.
Pyro was frozen, trying to get some stuff. He
Trying to
manages to
keep
heal
James.
Bruce James there.
Dude,
Big
it's back.
goes down. Both tanks are falling. Silent 85 goes down next. Center up a man, up 2 people.
It's the Moira shenanigans.
Looking for that Kiriko. Kiriko be able to dash out. No, they won't. It's a nice boot to the face. And Center handily picks it up, and I think
that might just be it.
No, we see a ball
they're gonna
rolling
touch,
out.
but
Aquatic goes down. That's a big
a wrecking ball on point.
yeah,
Just
but
stall.
I mean, compared to who's James Reaper, that's a hard
Right, that's
matchup.
kind of
Sombra coming out to try to get some more poke stall. I think I saw a Tracer somewhere. Ball's back.
I mean, they could do it though. We've seen it from
Yeah,
us.
yeah, we did just see it. The Cubic
Run
goes
takes
down,
it,
music
Cubic.
falls. All that's
Music
left
falls,
is this Lucio.
falls.
Gets the touch, but is there anyone left? We see Gavinicho using that ult ahead of
A
time.
little early there, but they got the point anyway.
All right. Good work, Center.
Good work,
Pretty
Center.
relatively clean sweep, but we saw some good competition there from Florida Poly, especially
Yeah,
on
both
that
ways.
second section, that second point.
And here's Tooney.
All right. Has anyone been in charge of the plays of the games? I know Runner got the last one. Toonie got this
Who
one.
got the first?
I think Galvanijo?
Gavinijo got the first. That's right. Yep.
Yes. All right. So 1-1-1. Your Who's James hasn't picked up a single one.
Hi.
I'm losing out.
I'm looking good right now. All right, we'll be back. Oh no, will we? Well, are we just gonna talk?
Oh, hey.
Hi guys.
I didn't know we were on camera.
Let me scooch in here.
All right. Well, a little bit of departure in this match from how the past 2 have gone. Not much of a nail biter there at the end.
No, their int comp is one of their new specialties. L8. But important to keep in mind here, this is match point for the rest of this tournament. Every single map is match point.
3-0.
Center gets one more, and they win the finals. They get a trophy at the end. They make history for the Overwatch esports, for esports in general, since we've become a varsity sport.
Right. This will be the first championship win.
For Overwatch, right?
Since we
Or
became varsity,
all esports here.
we had Rocket League get a finals once.
Oh yeah, that's right. Since we became varsity.
That's why I'm at it sounds better.
You're right.
But yeah, this is looking very, very good for Center right now. They got to keep up this momentum, keep up this pressure. If I am Florida Poly, I'm, they're discussing, they're planning things out. They're trying to beat Center after getting defeated 3 maps in a row. The mental, if they don't keep it up, it's just going to be another roll like this map was.
I mean, yes, it could be that, but I'm gonna posit an alternative viewpoint where instead they're filled with righteous fire in their stomachs and they're ready to prove themselves, because they're in the championship. You want to at least pick up one map.
You got to be careful when you attack a cornered animal.
Yes.
And they're cornered in this spot now. They need to win 4 maps in a row to win this, and they are going to try their best. I think this next map could be some of the best from Florida Poly.
I'm hoping it's a nail biter. Are you aware what game type it's going to be?
Push. We're going to either Coliseo, Esperanza, or New Queen Street. I believe Esperanza.
Ban Coliseo.
The ban
So it's
Coliseo.
going to be Esperanza or New Queen Street.
I believe Esperanza is the most popular of the push maps. So
It's the most fun.
it is the most fun.
I'm kind of looking forward to New Queen Street myself.
I don't think I've seen a single New Queen Street all season.
I don't think.
White team has always banned it off cooldown in our games,
Right.
and usually they play Esperanza on the golden.
Fair enough.
We're gonna see what Florida Poly picks.
It'll be fun. Push. So to explain push before we get into the match, in push, if you watched the last map of the white game, you would have seen this. Or was it the last one or the second last one? Second to last map of the white game.
Yeah, second to last map.
You would have seen this.
I got that vibe.
There's each team has a barrier, and there's a robot in the middle of the map that can push these barriers along predefined tracks, and your goal is to get your barrier to the end of the track, but you're pushing towards the enemy spawn. So
Completely symmetrical map on both sides
Yes.
too. You're pushing your barrier as slowly and surely towards the enemy spawn, and it gets real hectic at the end. 10-minute time period. I've never seen a match go over 12 with overtime. And really, this is the game mode of macro, not micro plays. Overall, overarching plays, you gotta play on ultimates. You gotta know when the enemy is gonna do what their thing is, and you gotta know when you push your advantage or when you try and take it back.
Mhm.
If you have the lead and push, you have to make sure you play it correctly and use your ultimates at the right time. Because losing a fight or two could either mean no progress for the enemy team, or it can mean they push over to the next checkpoint. It's
Yeah.
really variable, and you gotta lose fights at the right time, pretty much.
yes.
It's a probably the most complicated game mode they have,
Mhm.
honestly.
A very unliked one by Overwatch players, especially since it came out. A lot of people didn't like it being pushed down people's throats as the game started. You would play a push map, every second.
Every other game.
It's calmed down a lot. People have warmed up to push a lot. I like it as a
Um,
symmetrical game mode.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I think it's a good.
It takes just a large amount of brain power to play it at this professional and high level team play. Push is played so differently on ranked ladder compared to how it's played in the NECC. Most things are, but push is one of the most radically different. You won't see teams coordinating like Center Gold or Florida Poly like this.
I mean, I'm a big fan of push personally because of the very, it's unique in how clutch it can be at the very end. If you're down a lot and the robot is all the way on your side of the map and you have to just get your barrier over the little bit at the end as the time's counting down, you have to move that robot all the way across the map and then wait.
And then some.
Yeah, and then wait for it to push that barrier slowly while you are hectically fighting to keep the enemy team off of it while you have to stay on it because you can't see 9. It can be very, very exciting when you get those impossible victories at the very end. Like I don't think any other game mode can.
I will definitely say after a good game of push, my heart is racing as fast as a horse. It doesn't really happen in a lot of other game modes. Push really gets you pumped up with adrenaline, and looks like we are going to be going to beautiful Esperança in Portugal.
Nice.
Probably one of the prettiest maps Overwatch 2 actually released, I would also say. They have really good level design, and when a map is bad, they usually just can it, like good old Lunar Colony. If any old
That
Overwatch
one was so good. I
it
love
was
that
so
one.
good, and then they crushed it. Like they crushed all of the games of 2CP.
Oh, that was
I had
so
to swap
disappointing.
seats.
Oh, sure.
Colony.
Closer to you as we head into the cinematic view of Esperança. I'm gonna guess that we see Intcomp coming up from center again with the Junker Queen, who has just been dominating in these last few maps.
And what does int mean for those who don't know?
It means, usually in a negative context, you walking into the enemy and dying a bunch in most video games. But the idea of Intcomp is that they're gonna walk into the enemy team, but they're gonna defeat them instead. Joking on the idea of inting it. But I'm excited to see it. Kuni Moira has been excelling today.
Yeah.
Runner has been a speed demon and a threat in any backline.
Love to see it.
Both of our DPS have been hitting so many clutch ults, though. I haven't seen a play of the game from James yet, and I'm gonna lose out on that bet if he doesn't get it here.
What? Didn't I bet on James?
I think we both did.
Maybe we did. Maybe that's it.
Anyways, as we get into it,
Anyways.
we see a Sigma poke comp coming out from Florida Poly with the Ashe and Zen and Sojourn. They're gonna take their reign.
Zen.
But they have nothing against Center just walking in. As soon as they get close enough, they win.
They're gonna take the poke fight instead, which is smart. I mean, that's smart.
They
for
gotta
the
keep their
competition.
distance, but
So,
lead goes to Center at the start of the map, and eventually they will be stopped by a Sigma. But Center kind of has the advantage here, in my opinion.
Yeah,
So long
a
as they
little
don't
bit.
get picked.
but they are draining resources. Tuni's
Tuni-
running out of heals there. His heal bar's
There's a
kind of
big-
low.
Yeah, they're not really getting any damage in. Center's
Right.
not moving in either way. They're going to try and take out the Sojourn, but the rest of Florida Poly comes to it. And this first fight can take a really long time. The most
Yeah.
important thing is not to get picked.
they're playing. Center's playing super safe, but you know, Florida Poly is too, and I think Florida Poly's team composition just does that better.
I will
I'd
agree.
say
If Center
so.
can't find the space to actually get in, they won't succeed. There they go. They're inting in, going
Now
after the
they're going
Sigma.
in.
1 HP on the Sigma. They get a
And
pick.
there he
Who's James
goes.
getting picked off by the Sojourn in the backline, though. Runner is
Runner's
going in.
after him.
Lots of damage coming out, but Center's pushing the cart even more, and I think that's a success for Center as we see both support ults already ready. Bob is ready for already from our Center. Both support ults used onto the Bob too.
Now was both needed?
I think
I
it was
think
an
they just clicked it at
overinvestment.
the same time.
I think so too.
Yeah.
They do survive Carp taking out the Bob and the Ash as Carp going up to high ground too, trying to contest.
Baptiste.
They're gonna stay up on high ground, but they push more and more of the cart. The longer they wait, the worse it gets. It's only a small lead now, but every second that the bot pushes is a good thing. The bot moves significantly slower when you're pushing your objective forward.
Florida Poly's being a super weird
Pick onto
like,
Tooney with
angle.
a window in the
They're
back.
behind them.
Center College is having some issues with it.
Oh wow.
It took almost 2.5 minutes into the map for them to finally get the kills, and the bot's still moving.
Yeah, they slipped by.
They almost have checkpoint, and when the bot is not moving the barricade, he moves 3 times the speed, I believe. He's kind of hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
So this early lead for Center is great. Not only does the bot have to walk back to Florida Poly's barrier, they have to start pushing it, and Center's going to get back way before that. We do see a bunch of ultimates from Florida Poly and none from Center, other than Blizzard coming out soon. We're hoping for a Rampage as well, but they need to get up to high ground. It's going to be an issue. No verticality is... okay, they're going to wait for speed, probably shout in, and want to freeze some people. But the bot is moving for Florida Poly now. There they go, moving under, getting rid of that advantage as they're pulled up into the team. Prior freeze force, but knowing his pick from the Flux, Galvan needs to take a lot of damage. Shout as well, yeah. We need to move the bot here.
Right.
But Florida Poly is just stalling with us in the lead. They're planning something here.
This game
Stigma
is
getting
so-
walled up, and they move Sojourn moving through. If they stay here, they're going to get frozen. There goes.
But the Transcendence
There's the
comes out
Transcendence,
too,
but
so
Stigma might be able to get taken out here.
I don't think so.
Baptiste
Not
up
with
behind them
Transcendence.
as well, getting pinged as the Sojourn dashes in. Might be able to get taken out here. Ooh, but Center's losing team member after team member.
yeah.
Runner is going to be able to escape, I believe, but looks like the lead is going to go to Florida Poly unless they can get one more touch.
I don't know. This is such a weird game to observe. It's so
The
like,
difference between
awkward.
the
like.
differences in the comp are massive, and it looks like
Right.
Florida Poly is going to grab that lead as Center can't quite regroup fast enough. And you know what I was blaming them for
You're
earlier,
gonna try to touch.
that momentary get off the cart might actually make a
Oh my
massive
gosh! The
difference there.
huge knife there.
Yeah, they got off cart for a half a second and
Wow.
lost the lead there. As they push forward with a double kill and a Toonie Coalescence, only using one ultimate to get the bot back. And Center's going to take it back. They're going to push it up to checkpoint, I think, unless Florida Poly can regroup fast enough.
And so Center is still in the lead here. Pushing it a
Just
little bit
barely.
further. Just barely though.
But getting to the checkpoint here is massive as these spawns move closer, but the bot has to take a second to scratch his butt. It's a real thing. We'll see
Yep.
it. There it is.
There it is.
Bob
Oh.
pulled out from Florida Poly, and Runner's going to get sniped. Body blocked by our Toonie.
Toonie gets got though.
That-
Bit.
Toonie
Gets
said,
3.
get down, Mr.
Gets
President.
4.
But getting the
Yeah.
bot on checkpoint is massive. The only issue is they weren't able to push it any further. If they got 1 centimeter closer, the other team would have to wait for the bot to scratch before they could move forward. So the second the other team hits the checkpoint here, it's bad news for Center. But they do have the fast spawn. 3 of their teammates got fast spawn, and they have ultimates. Center has 3, only 3.
But now, now Florida Poly's already back, and they only have to push to that little.
There goes the beat from Center.
Beat comes out from Center.
Stigma's getting ripped apart, and there goes the ult from both Who's James and
then
Center.
dies.
Finally killing Cubit over here, but
Yeah, that window's strong.
they're
strong
gonna move
position.
the bot back in their back in the lead as they take out the supports in the backline. Just Zen and Ash, which could pose a problem for Center if they don't deal
If
with
they
them.
don't deal with it like right now.
The Zen is split. He's 1 HP too. He's going to try and kill Toonie. No one else can help him as they move the bot further for Ash 1 HP though.
Does Toonie get the?
He needs to go in.
The
The skill orb
Okay.
gets it with the help of Who's James
Big
as they
skill
move it
orb
back.
there.
very split fight for center there. Not quite the int that they want, but the bot is in their favor, and so is the lead as we go into the last 4 minutes of this match. If Florida Poly can't take the lead, it's over for them. It is the end, so they are going to be fighting tooth and nail for this. Sigma's dropping it early.
On his
The
own.
knife is massive as they push past the checkpoint, and now it is going to be impossible for Florida Poly to actually get a lead without center coming back with another spawn.
Right.
As they slowly move the bot further and further, the lead is in their favor, but they have a large distance to cover.
I've seen these games go either way.
We see 3 ultimates, 4 from Florida Poly, so they can make a big turnaround here.
Yeah, true.
But Blizzard and Cole are some of the strongest ones from center. And it looks like they're going in. Speed with Cole.
They're going
shouting
Cole
to the
in.
Zen is
Oh, but the
forced to use
Transcendence.
Trans really early into the fight. Bob as well.
That's okay. Bob is out.
They used 3 ultimates for Coalescence. That was a...
Tony's playing a dangerous game.
I think it's a smart move to just stall for as long as possible here after
maybe,
they waste
yeah.
3 ultimates to only 1, as they have Blizzard coming up, 3 more ultimates on halfway. This is heavily in Center's favor. They overcommitted that fight by far. As Runner waits in spawn to speed his teammates along, we move forward. I'm hoping to see a big Blizzard here from Carp. Beat is building up real soon too. As the bot moves forward, the spawn is swapped back, but all of Center got the respawn. And there we go. They move in. They're going in. The flux coming out from Center, from the Sigma, but
Blizzard comes out.
Living Runner getting
It
taken
gets
out
anybody.
early. The poke comp is doing a lot of damage.
Oh.
Both supports out.
Yeah,
It's
Jimmy,
now on
they
the
just
job
kinda
of
get
Center to
caught in the middle.
stall.
Stall.
That
Bad
might
teams
get
goes
my...
down.
Ooh, not
Did
able
not
to pick
get
off the Batman. Well,
Yeah.
that is an issue because that built a lot of ult charge for Florida Poly and not much for Center.
This Zen is on fire right now, literally.
Vignana, a great counter to Queen, and Center used their Blizzard there as well without any real avail. This is starting to look a little dire for Center, and
Yeah,
this
it's
could
looking a
be
little
careful.
dicey.
This is push can be a bit of a variable map for Center Gold here. Dodging the rail perfectly with the fade, but that's a cooldown forced out. Who's James going in the background, forcing them off the high ground. If they control these high grounds, a double kill into both supports and with a massive dynamite.
Yeah,
That's-
that is not good for
I
Center.
think the
at
lead
all.
might swap here now.
Yeah.
And what Center had the lead for the entire game now goes in the last minute.
go
They
the other
will
way.
need to push the cart all the way to there and further. This is
And
where
they do.
Center has had this happen before. They need to get their grip on the game and remember their training.
about
All
that.
the games that they played of this.
But that, I mean, it looks like Who's James trying to get a
little sneaky
something.
We remember Who's James getting very successful when he was sneaky on Reaper on this map. Taking out the Sigma, TPing straight into the back line of the enemies.
Okay,
So 44 seconds to push it and get the lead. Center has a good time bank here, honestly, to push it there, especially with that stagger. But I think the Zen is going to get the respawn before the spawns change.
let's see. Yeah.
So they're going to
They
get a
should.
quick fight here. Zen just barely getting it, but we do see 3, almost 4 ults from Center.
And now we're at the very beginning. Right back where we started.
Right back where we started, but
Here we go.
this is the end of it. If
This
Center,
is the end.
If Center does not push it 0.01 meters further than Florida Poly, they lose the map. Sigma walled off, speeding in, force of a lot of cooldowns, and the Transcendence.
Tony put the Transcendence out, his Invisibeam there.
Who's James
That
ulting
Bob
into the
is
Transcendence too. A lot of
well
damage coming
played,
out.
Bob. Oh,
They pushed
see if
to
we
the
can get
back line,
the Ash is one.
Galvanese was 1
Get the
HP,
Ash.
not getting healed.
Not getting healed.
But they live,
Classic Mora plays.
They're winning the fight. They've almost pushed to the end. They have to kill a Sigma here. If he dies, they have no
And there
touch.
he
And
goes.
it's gonna go to Center.
See?
They're gonna.
No way. There's
No
no,
one
way.
touches.
Touch, right?
Tracer's coming, but no.
I
That's
don't
it. Don't
know.
There they come. The
Mortar's
Mortar's
on
in.
point.
There goes the Blizzard. Mortar's gonna get frozen
Oh yeah,
behind.
Blizzard goes down.
Nail biting to the end. They're gonna try and touch, but the boop in the air.
They just keep they keep trying.
Ball coming in.
And that is it.
Center wins the
the
finals
title.
of the championship.
Wow.
4-0.
GG to both.
And I'm sure you can all hear this. Our Captain Joseph screaming music of the play of the game.
The fire alarm went off apparently.
This ends now.
What?
That's 2.
That match?
That was a great match overall.
It was back and forth, and Center almost lost it.
Yeah.
But they end this match 4-0.
4-0.
A dominating showing for the finals, and they won.
They're the champions.
Of their division, they
Yeah.
have become the champions, and Center Gold has done the first ever Overwatch finals win. Thank you all for watching.
We'll be back with some interviews, some
Mhm.
post-game commentary. Don't go anywhere.
All right. So to start off, we have Runner back with us for an interview. Now we also have Toonie. So I'll just straight out ask how you feeling? How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. That was probably one of my best games I've ever played this season. Yeah, when I get to play more, it's just easier, you know?
It is easier. It's a lot easier.
That was electric. Like everything I hoped could happen happened. I felt like we just were firing on all cylinders. Everything went very well for us. Yeah.
It did. There were some close calls.
Yeah.
Close calls. What were you thinking on the third map of Legion? That's what I want to know.
I knew we had beat. It was 80% to Cole. So my brain was just get Cole and hope for the best. But we pulled through, honestly.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I think that was sport carry, that last map.
I have to watch that again. I seriously was like, I in my heart, in my like actions, I didn't give up. But when I went for that rollout to touch after James touched,
Right.
I did not think we had it. And then I was like, oh my god, I'm 90 to beat. And then they used mines and they had a Sombra, and I was like, oh my god. And I gotta watch it.
I didn't know what to say.
No.
That was crazy.
That was.
Again, I was on Moira, so it was a little easier.
Yeah, fair.
I honestly think though, if we don't win Lijiang, this whole series looks very different. Maybe not a loss for us in the end,
Right.
but like
Yeah,
moments
feels
of-
different.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely set up our mental on the right foot.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What was your favorite part of the match that you did?
Oh, definitely the last point on Lijiang.
Okay.
It was where, honestly, I think me and Baxter just kind of, our souls just kind of meshed right there. Like, we were in each other's brains. He beat, and as soon as he was about to die while beating, I cold, kept him up, and then we just killed people. We were calling the same targets.
Nice.
It was, I don't know. I felt like I was in like flow state or zen there. So it's crazy.
How about you?
I think with just how much my heart got pumping during that Lijiang fight, I think that
Lijiang
might be
as
one of my
well.
favorite parts.
Yeah.
But my little play of the game on King's Row I was happy with too. The 2-man boot.
That was funny.
That was fun.
That was a
That was a
funny
good part. Yeah.
They trapped themselves.
Oh yeah. Playing the game with Moira is always fun.
Well, that's really all we wanted to ask you. See how you all feeling. So
yeah.
good job, you two. And yeah, we're gonna get the DPS in here to talk about their experience. So thank you all.
All right.
All right. Welcome back for the second post-game interview here. I am joined by Who's James and Carp, the two DPSs for Center Overwatch Gold. Now, how do you feel?
I feel great. This is awesome.
I'm pretty hyped. I'm very sweaty, but very hyped.
It's so hot in that room.
It is very hot.
So talk me through. I'm not sure how much they covered in the last interview, but talk me through like your feelings throughout the game, from the close matches at the beginning to the slightly easier ones towards the end there.
Oh, geez. I felt so. In my opinion, I think the first two were definitely the staples of this match. We almost lost the first round. Baxter had a huge clutch, and I think that's what sent our momentum forward and how we came out on top. So,
Dude, it was like a really big like roller coaster. Those first two matches, like
Yeah.
James said, heart was like pounding and everything. But as soon as like we got over those two matches, like it just kind of was like, I know that we're gonna win from here on out. So it was, yeah, I felt pretty confident.
So it's like the big hill on the roller
Yeah.
coaster, the one you dread
Oh,
the
yeah.
most
Yeah.
afterwards. It's
Yeah.
fun, but
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
what the first thing was.
Yeah.
All right. So Carp, I want to talk about your ult management. You were on May for most of the game, and May has that crucial blizzard that can really turn point maps around. How are you like working around using that? What were you looking for when to deploy it? Any insight you can bring into that?
I'm really looking for all of them to be like grouped up, or I'm looking for the tank to be separated from his team. Before the game, we talked about how I'm supposed to use my wall to cut off the tank and immediately just solo ult him. So it's really just about pointing out targets and if we can get a guaranteed kill or not. Yeah.
Very good gameplay, very good strategy based on how it turned out. And James, how are you working with like your picks? So you typically play a lot of Sojourn, but Bastion.
Yeah.
It's Bastion. You can't really get around it. So what were you looking for when you were swapping in and out?
So this game, I really didn't play any Sojourn.
Yeah.
I played Bastion and a little bit of Sim and Reaper. I kind of swapped it based on what the team was looking for and how fast we wanted to go. Because with Bastion, we kind of want to do a poke or brawl hybrid sort of tempo push. But with Reaper, we want to try and kite and then go in as fast as we can. So that's kind of why I chose the heroes at it.
All right. Very good. Well, we'll wrap this up now to get the tank in here. But you got anything last things you want to say before finish it off?
We did it.
Yeah, we did it. Thank you. Well, thank you for all the support, guys. Honestly, like, thank you for everybody here, especially Grant. Grant does a whole lot for us, and thank
Lots
you
of
for the casters for actually being here and doing this for us. So it means a lot.
Before we leave, one more question. Would you like to nominate an MVP?
Oh, geez, that's tough. I'm gonna nominate Baxter for that clutch touch on Lijiang on the third round of Lijiang. So,
Carp, you agree?
Yeah, it's either definitely gonna be between Baxter or Rashawn. Rashawn was definitely putting in the work.
right. Yeah,
Dude, he was
yeah.
putting in the work like overtime. But yeah, Baxter with the clutch play at the beginning, like
it's hard to beat.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for joining me. Congratulations on your
Thank you.
victory, and I look forward to your next season.
yeah.
All right, so we're here with Galvanizo Joseph Matthews, the captain and tank player of the gold team. And, well, you did it. 4-0 in your finals match. And I will say, a lot of those games were nail biters. They were close.
Yeah, they were crazy. The final score did not tell the full story. Like FL Poly pushed us to our limits every single time. Like Lijiang was a crazy turnaround. Our comms just came through in the end. It was just crazy map there. King's Row is also super close. A match is good when it goes to double innings.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then that final match, when we had to give lead right at the end, at that point I was micro panicking, but not talking panicking. Right? But yeah, we clutched up in the end, and I can't be more proud of the boys. So yeah, really happy with this.
Well, how about this? What was the craziest moment in the match, and what do you think you played best in that match?
I think the craziest moment had to be Lijiang. We haven't really gotten too much practice. Well, I mean, no, I take that back. We've gotten some practice on stall touching. One person goes in, then gets out, then as overtime's going down, then someone else goes in and touch, then gets off, and it resets the clock. We rarely get to practice that, but we executed it to perfection there. It was that was the craziest. I did not expect to take lead.
We had thought it was over so many times.
Yeah.
That was what a 45-second to a minute stall.
Yeah.
Just hopping on and off. I thought Baxter, I think Baxter's helped they get to 2 or 3.
Yeah. Actually, we were watching it back while everyone else was reviewing, or I think VBS were reviewing. Baxter got 2 ults, 2 beats in that fight.
My lord. Baxter is the GOAT on Lucio. Well, I'm going to ask a bit more broad. This is the end of this golden season for Overwatch Gold Team. Now that it is done, what do you think overall? Is there anything specific you want to talk about?
I really just can't be happier. It's been a long time coming. I'm a senior here, so I've been doing this for 3-4 years now. I don't know, it taking home the win for the first time it's crazy. Yeah. It's just crazy, really. I have nothing else to say.
Well, luckily, you have yourself one more semester to get another final win.
Yeah.
Gold Team will obviously go on past this season and continue on as the best of the best for Overwatch at center. And Joseph has one more semester.
Knock on wood.
Joseph has one more semester to lead them to success. I don't have any other questions.
Yeah. Do you have anything?
I'll ask my question last. It'll be really short.
No, you can go ahead.
Okay. I was just gonna ask, do you want to nominate an MVP? I asked the DPS is this option or this question.
Oh boy, you know what? It's as tempting as it is to nominate myself. I have to say, Baxter is definitely my MVP for this match. Getting beat twice on Lijiang last fight within 45 seconds is crazy. And on top of that, we were gonna lose Esperanza, by the way. We were about to lose Esperanza. Baxter made the call to use Queen ult, when they were tranking. And dude, as soon as he called it, I was like, I'm going in. I just ulted 5 of them all in a row, and we were able to get the BAP, we got the Zen, we got everyone in it. We literally lose that map if Baxter does not make that call. He is my MVP of this match. And chat can disagree with me. I know there are a lot of Who's James stands out there, a lot of Cup stands, a lot of people rooting for Rayshawn.
If it helps, James also nominated Baxter for MVP. So.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there's a little bit of pieces. We're all on the same page. But yeah, are we good for a little bit of time? Just a little bit more.
Sure.
Yeah. So just real quick, just some closing notes, since this will be our last broadcast of this year. Probably won't be back until February. I just want to give a couple shout outs because this is big for the program and it's big for me. First of all, I just want to give a shout out to FL Poly. If you're watching this back in the VOD, I was talking about after the game to everyone on the team, that series, the score just does not tell the full story. Again, I've gone over it over and over. You all played your hearts out, and it was close all the way through. If we had more maps to play, I could see us going to if it was a best of 9, I could see us going to 9 maps. Honestly, you all played amazing, And yeah, I'm telling you, like, the score just doesn't tell the difference. So good job to all of you guys. And I also just want to go and give a shout out to all my teammates as well for just the end of it, just crazy pop offs and just like sticking together like throughout the entire season. James, my co-captain, like I couldn't ask for a better co-captain. He has been with me since freshman year, on the team, and he's had to put up with a lot of my BS. So I can't thank him enough for that. I want to give a shout out to Carp as well, the first ever player getting promoted from the white team to the gold team. Flex supported Hart, had to force him onto Flex DPS this season, but he played May every time like a champ. Can't thank him enough for that. Also want to give a shout out to Rashawn actually over here. If there's one man that I trust having my back, healing me all the time, it's that man right there. And he is crazy on the BAP, he's crazy on the Ana, Moira, Kiri, you name it, he's a goat at it. And then I also want to shout out Baxter. I was actually, when he was shadowing our team in his junior year of high school, I was actually there overseeing him. As soon as he hopped out of the session, I talked to Dr. Harney. I said, we got to get this guy on our team. Like, this guy has to come to Center College. And like he joined our season about a year ago at this point, and can't be more proud of how far he's come. Especially since he's playing cross country as well. Like, that's a big dedication. And also just general shout out to everyone affiliated with the program. Like, whether you're here watching on the stream, whether you've like donated to us, like help support, keep this program going. Like, whether you are currently on the team or any esports team at all, whether you were formerly on the team, like, this is a win for us as much as it is for you all. Like, we won this for you all, and we cannot thank you all enough for your all support. Specifically for the Overwatch team, like, this was for Eli, this was for Kevin, this was for Josh, this was for Gus, this was for Makai, this is for Yue, this was for Riley, and this is for Caden as well, and everyone else who came before me. Like, you all made this program what it is. We wouldn't be here without you. This is your all championship win. We can't thank you all enough for it. And final special shout out, like, I have to, my parents, like, my mother, my father, like, you know, I've said before, but 10, 15 years ago, like, I don't think you all expected me to ever get into competitive gaming, but like, I cannot thank you all enough for the support you've shown me throughout this entire time here. Like, it's been crazy. I just love you all so much. Thank you. And just one final note to leave everyone else on the stream that's still tuning in. I just got 3 words for you all. Let's roll cards!
Roll currents.
Roll currents.